Welcome to the podcast From Stress to Success Blueprint. I'm your host, Lolita Guarin, and today's episode 141. I am answering the questions about the stress management and burnout, all things in general. So, not all things in general. Right now, kind of looks like this week is going to be questions about burnout and stress in the workplace because that's what I talk the majority of time, but also I just talked more in detail about how to manage burnout. If you're interested in listening more, please check out my previous episodes. So this week, every day, I will be answering a question that I received from my listeners, and today I'll be answering the question: does working at home remotely helps your work-life balance? That's a great question, isn't it? Well, if you are working at home, you home, so it's supposed to help you, isn't it? So the key is, and what you think, by the way, leave me a comment below. It's all about, well, how good of your boundaries are. I noticed, when pandemic rolled in, a lot of things, well, the whole business really went online. And I noticed that I would not take that many breaks at all. And I would just continue working later and later every day. Now, those who have kids or pets on, or their schedule really um, evolves around other people's schedules, then probably you have more structured day. But I don't have kids or pets. So it was like, it's me. I'm just sitting doing my thing. And the next thing I know, I was like, oh my gosh, this is very late. So obviously for me, working at home would not be a good work-life balance now. But as I touched on this subject yesterday's episode, if I'm enjoying something that I'm doing, what they call work, it doesn't even feel to me like work, then it kind of becomes life, isn't it? So it really depends on you. You're welcome to go and listen to my yesterday's episodes where I'm talking about what's the really work-life balance is for you. So, but okay, now you work from home. How good are your boundaries? Do you tell yourself, okay, this is my office, this is actual different space that I go to. I close the door and I tell the rest of my family or anyone that you live with that those are my work hours, and this is when I'll go for lunch, this is when I'll come out, and this is how long I'm gonna work. Do you set an alarm and say, okay, this is it. After I finish this, I'm out? Or you work at home, but then you feel like, hey, I can go and do laundry while I'm doing this. I can go watch another episode. I having my lunch on a sofa, and I already saw one episode of my Netflix show, and that's okay. I don't have that much work. I can watch another one. This is what the supervisors and the bosses were afraid of a lot, of having people working from home, because they were like, well, I cannot control how much they work. But today, can the supervisor control you how much you work in your workplace? Let's say you have to physically go somewhere. Can they really control that? No. Sure, you've seen around plenty of people just scrolling their phones, reading those stories on Instagram and watching YouTube videos wherever they go. So it's really not about where you work. It's about what is your work ethic? What is that you have boundaries with yourself, how you spend your time, and how you put boundaries with those that you work with as in a project, as a coworker, but also in an environment. There were plenty of people that and families were really falling apart. I got divorced through pandemic because now you have to sit with those people every single day, and those boundaries between where your work starts and where your life begins really got blurred. So it's all about what is work-life balances for you, but really, what is your work ethic? What are your boundaries? And can you explain to those that you work with or you are in the same environment, explain those boundaries to them? How are good of understanding your own boundaries? Can you set boundaries? or you're a people pleaser, or that was super stressful for you to work from home. That's where you love going to the office. I, for example, love doing all the things that I need to do, what I actually can do at home. I love people. I don't want to sit by myself. I'll go to different places that I can hang out with people and just have people around me because I love the co-worker relationships of seeing people and talking to them. And, I don't like sitting by myself and just, typing away something. I'm always out and about. So it's all about who are you? What is works for you? And then you need to have enough courage to actually do some changes in your life if you're not happy with it, and then see what works better for you. I hope that answered the question. And I am very interested. When is it you work better? When you are at home working remotely, or when you are working in the workplace where you need to work? Leave me a comment below. And if you are a little bit confused, but okay, well, boundaries, I don't know. I did some episodes about boundary setting. And so you're welcome to check that one out. And also, if you need one-on-one help to help you through the stress and burnout, I'll be very happy to coach you. So you're welcome to go onto my website, beamazingyou.com, and set up a session with me. Alrighty, so tomorrow I'll be answering more questions. What question that will be? Well, we'll find out.